there we are. All right. Greetings, friends. Yep. Okay, we're good. Let's do. There's that. Oh, excuse me. All right, there we go. As always, forgot to update the stream decker. I'm such a rookie. How do I keep doing this? All right, all better. There we go. Cool. All right, we are live. I've posted to the socials. I've updated the stream decker. Now we're just gonna wait for a minute. The only change I made before going live is one thing that I remembered that I kind of wanted every time I played an Overlord list was a second basic plains, or sorry, second basic swamp. So I swapped up plains for a swamp there. That's it. Other than that, nothing has changed from the list threw together at the end of the stream on Thursday. So. And now we wait. Excuse me. Goodness. One thing I'll mention, I guess I'll wait a little bit, but it relates to how quiet it is on the stream right now. I'll go ahead and pay my entry fee while I wait for people to arrive, if Moto will let me. There we go. Cool. Mm-hmm. long day for me, chat. A good day, but a long day. I hope you all had a good Sunday. Gonna have a swig from my water bottle. For those who weren't around or haven't watched the stream from Thursday, I was playing. I think it was basically just it was a list that I think top aided a challenge, not the one that Yoshiwada won. I think he top aided the challenge that happened yesterday, but it was one that I think got to the final, something like that, of the challenge that happened on Wednesday. I played that other than I changed the sideboard because the sideboard just did not make any sense to me. And the things that I learned were mostly, I hesitate to say even learned, continued to be very unimpressed with Phelia. Phelia didn't actually come up very much, but every time it did, it was like just I wanted to be doing something else than cast Phelia. The other thing that happened, excuse me, was that my matchup spread was weird because I played against Oops twice and Forge once. But I was pleasantly surprised at how well White Orchid Phantom was kind of keeping those games in my reach in a way that, like, you know, if I think of it like compared to Thalia, for example, they were doing pretty similar jobs. I would say that Phantom was even doing better than Thalia against Forge because Forge makes a quadrillion mana and can play through Thalia attacks pretty effectively, but they're a zero basic deck that can sometimes struggle to make mana if they don't have a Planar Nexus in play, for example. So it made me think about whether White Orchid Phantom might actually be the white 2-drop we want over Thalia in a non-Overlord black-white list. But at this point, that's just a theory I haven't practiced. I haven't put it into practice at all yet. So, but depending on where I go with this Overlord business, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But in the meantime, trying Overlord because people keep liking it. But I am not gonna play. I just can't play Phelia anymore. I'm not gonna do it. So yeah, that's it. I just the 4 Phelias got cut to max out on Flicker Wisps. There were only 2 in the original list. Play the 4th Overlord of the Bale Merc and the 4th Orcish Bowmasters. That's what it was. Now you're going to face all the matchups where Phelia is great. Here's the thing, there are legitimately some matchups where Phelia is good. And I think or let me put it this way. I think the matchups where Phelia is most likely to do what you want it to do are decks that are not presenting a ton of interaction because it's like an easy thing to stop. It's just like if you have any piece of interaction at all, Phelia doesn't happen, and you have played a 2/2 and it died. If your opponent's doing some nonsense where they don't have a whole lot of creature removal, don't have a whole lot of counter spells, you can do something there. Guess what happens? If your opponent doesn't really have a lot of creature removal or counter spells, they're probably just killing you. And if Phelia gets to do something in that matchup, it absolutely might. But it is only because something else already kept you from dying in the first place. Hear you out, -1 Skyclave, +1 Emperor Bones. Maybe. I feel like an Emperor Bones should be in this list somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Honestly, so I've also mentioned this. I think the one big thing that I feel like is in my head. I'm not saying this is definitely true, just in my head. Stoneforge with Overlord doesn't feel like the most coherent deck building because Stoneforge's power is predicated on specific equipment still being in your deck. And it sucks that when you mill them over with Overlord, those options are just gone. You can't even like get them back. And Stoneforge, as a result, becomes a card that can potentially just be really weak. Haven't figured out like a solution to that or anything, but in my mind, I wonder if like the optimal, like the most coherently built Overlord list doesn't play Stoneforges, in which case that would be an easy way to fit some Emperor Bones back in here. Could actually see -1 Overlord +1 Bones. I could also see that. I don't think I'm going to make that change right now, but I'm going to keep it in mind because I think that makes sense. Okay, I think with all that rambling, let's play some Magic. A Yorion mirror. I wonder if this is going to be yes. It probably is. Because yes won the challenge yesterday, right? Today? Yesterday? I don't know. It won a challenge. That sure looks like a yes fetch lands. For those unaware, yes stands for Yorion Ephemerate Spellseeker. That, yeah, that is what we're playing against. Historically, kind of an iffy matchup. It's not impossible, but it never feels good when you have to Swords to Plowshare as a Spellseeker or like an Eternal Witness or something like that. This has got to be a bottom, right? Like, I'm pretty sure these decks play like Infinity Basics. I assume it's got to be at least like 4, especially in a Yorion deck. So yeah, I'm just gonna bottom it. I can do better than that. Lag, huh? All right, that's fun. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. All right, cool. Almost certainly getting swords here. I'm just gonna get a formal wear. Cool. If only I could formal wear against swords, but I still think this is a fine card to get here. Teferi gets bins. That's interesting. Do they have a Teferi in hand then? No, they're digging for a land drop. Okay. Too bad I don't have a wasteland. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wisp my shadowy backstreet here. Phelia, huh? I'm gonna put that on top. I did not realize that list played Phelia in it, honestly. Wonder how many. I have a hard time imagining it's a full 4. Yorion in here. That's risky against my Thoughtseize deck, but okay. Force pitches force. Okay. Deal. Got a Crocus for the Phelia. What is this? That's the fairy. Okay. Yeah, that'll just happen. See me bouncing my wisp. Yeah, okay. Goodbye. Another wisp. I think I'm gonna put this in my yard to formal wear later. Wasteland, huh? Do I want a wasteland? I could take him off green, but green isn't really the important color. At least not historically. I'm gonna wisp. I think I'm just gonna wisp my backstreet again. And then maybe I play a... I think I'm going to play the Wasteland, but I'm probably not going to use it. That's where my head's at. I would love to keep that on top. That would be great. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, okay. They found another green source anyway. So I'm glad I didn't go for a Wasteland, because now this turn I get to... Actually, what do I want to do? Do I want to just start with a Skyclave, maybe? Yeah, I'm going to start with a Skyclave. See what they do. Cool. All right. And then I'm not going... I don't want to tap out of my Caracas into their Phelia when I have no reason to, so I'm just going to chill. Yep. So many Surveil lands. They mill an Orum's Chant. Okay. Yep, that's fine. I think I honestly don't mind drawing a land here, so I'm not going to fetch. Swords is cool too. I'm going to attack. Cool. Potentially a spot where it's worth it to wasteland to keep them off of Yorion, but they don't even have anything worthwhile to blink, so I think I'm just going to recruit for a Bowmaster here. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. Imagine if I had a secret Magus in my deck right now. Alright, more removal. I'll take it. I'm not going to attack with Recruiter in case they have a Swords for my Skyclave here. It's a Solitude. Okay. Okay. This feels like probably a good formal wear moment. Is it? I formal wear Wisp, I can Wisp their illusion, but I guess that's it. Or I can Wisp my Recruiter. I think that's worth it, just to put on more pressure. I could also White Orchid Phantom my Caracas, actually. I guess the problem is I can't do that on this turn. Because I wouldn't get to Phantom the Caracas until the end step. Unless I formal wear the Phantom directly, which doesn't really feel worth it. So I think this might just be another Bowmaster. It's either Bowmaster or Stoneforge. I think I like just having Bowmasters in response to their Ephemerates, though. Is this a Yorion, it looks like? You got it. No Solitude for you. Cool. Alright, therapies and snuff out seem great. White Orchid Phantom seems bad. Containment Priests and Split Up are maybes as well. I don't think I want 4 Overlords because this is a matchup that's going to go for a really long time generally. And having that as like my source of card advantage can actually come into... But it both makes the Stoneforge problem worse because we're going to get more triggers. And I've had games in matchups like this where like sometimes you just run out of cards. So, but this seems right to me. I don't think I need the split up. I think that might be going too hard, but I think I like the Cabal therapies. I guess, yeah, especially because they're playing Spellseeker. So yeah, Spellseeker, Yorion's going to go into their hands, stuff like that. So not this one. Not going to keep this hands. I went molded too, so that works. I'll keep this. I'll just put put the Prismatic Vista back, I guess. This hand looks shockingly similar to my game 1 hand, actually. Eternal Witness gets milled. Interesting. I want more lands, and Wastelands might be good depending on what their draw is like, so I'm going to keep that. Culture Track, Formal Wear. I think I'm going to Formal Wear here. Worked last time. Something's going to get forced eventually or something like that, so. Ice Fang Coatl, it's been a while. Yep. Didn't know this deck also played Green Sun Zenith. Interestingly, that was a missed land drop from them. Can I draw a Bowmaster? No. I'm kind of interested in cutting them off of white here and playing my Vial. I could also like pitch a Solitude and hit their Dryad Arbor, but that seems pretty greedy. I think I'm just going to cut them off of white. I'm going to actually, let's play the Vial first, because if they have a Prismatic Ending in hand, they might think that they're going to be able to cast it when they can't. So. Not the land they were looking for. Yeah, I'm gonna whisk my Backstreet again. Happy to trade with one of the Coatls to make my Formal Wear better. Ooh, we're gonna keep that on top. Damn. Okay. I'd rather that than my Vial get like prismatic endings here. Okay, another Eternal Witness, another Swords for the land. Okay, that makes sense. This crew's gonna get a Bowmaster, I think. Yeah. I'm guessing they have an Ephemerate in their hand right now, and now they're thinking about what to do with it. I could be wrong about that, though. But I think they're going to think about it while I don't have my Vial on, too. And I will definitely cast Solitude in response to an Ephemerate. I'm just not sure. I guess maybe I don't. I'm pretty sure I do, though. Cool. I think I get a Phantom Blade here, actually. I was thinking I was going to get a Cauldron, but I think yeah, Phantom Blade actually is pretty solid here. Okay. I'm going to keep... Am I keeping this on 2? I'm going to keep it on 2 this turn. I'm not totally sure that's right. Okay. Super rewarded for it. They kept a card on top. I'm definitely going to trade the Recruiter for something here. I think I'm going to trade it for the Eternal Witness. We just need something to make our formal wear good anyway, so... Green, 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 blue. Is it Green Sun Zenith, maybe? Green Sun for 2. I'm going to activate my Vial now, because this could be a Collector Oof. It's a Keen-Eyed Curator. Okay. I'm going to save this for the turn they put Yorion into their hand, I think. Now that they've spent a whole card on this, Formal Wearer doesn't really do anything into this. I'm kind of tempted to just pitch it to a Solitude here. Yeah, let's just get this out of here. Give them fewer things to do, make them want to put Yorion into their hands, because that'll make my Thoughtseize next turn better. Yep. Oh, I opened my opponent's companion zone for some reason. There we go. This is a Solitude? It's a Wrath of the Skies. Interesting. Did not expect that. Well, it kills their Dryad Arbor. Could be worse. It's not great. I kind of needed that, unless I just draw lands. Eh, not the worst non-land to draw. Okay. I'm gonna eat their Eternal Witnesses. I don't know how many are in their deck, but if I can keep them from, like, literally having infinite, you know, quote-unquote infinite, then that would be good, so. Perfect. Come on, just put Yorion in your hand already. Let's go. What's this? Green Sun for 3? It's not another Eternal Witness, is it? It is another Eternal Witness. What is this one getting? I'm guessing it's Ice Fang or Swords. Ice Fang, okay. Really stuck on that mana, huh? So they can't cast Yorion next turn. Did they smarten up and not put Yorion into their hands? I think here I just want to flicker my Skyclave and get their Eternal Witness. Yeah. How badly I would like to draw lands, though. Oh my god. They have milled the 4th Swords to Plowshares. This feels like a wrath this guy is to me. I'm at least going to do this. No. Alright. I guess I probably supposed to just Thoughtseize them at this point because, like... Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to Thoughtseize them. If they... Like, they have the mana to just put Yorion into their hand and cast it. So, I'm just going to Thoughtseize now. I wonder at what point we get desperate enough to recruit Witch Enchanter. It's getting pretty close, not going to lie. Is this a Solitude? That's Force of Will. Okay, sure. Weird. That doesn't really make sense to me, but okay. They are waiting so long to Yorion here. Like, are they waiting to have Yorion with Karakas to protect it? Oh my god, we finally did it. Now you have a Solitude, okay. I don't think am I even casting this Recruiter this turn? I don't think that I am, which makes me want to just use my white mana to gain some life. Get some of the more... Yeah, I wonder if I was actually supposed to reconfigure this turn. I'm at least going to get the Ice Fang out of their yard, and then... Maybe that's it. They have 4 swords. We've exiled 3 Eternal Witnesses, right? So I don't think... I don't think this deck plays 4. I could be wrong about that. Yeah, I'm just going to let this resolve, because I got to keep in mind that, like... This is only game 2. I just got to make some decisions at some point. I guess I can recruit for a card that I don't really care whether I keep it or not, because I'm probably just going to pitch it on the Solitude. Pitch it to the Solitude to kill their Solitude, I mean. That would probably be... Man, if only I had mana for a Containment Priest this turn. I think that would be a Witch Enchanter, actually. I'll be happy to play it as my 5th land, or I'm happy to pitch it. They're finally doing it. And they don't have Caracas up, which is also great for me. God, now I'm wondering if I want to pitch Yorion so that I have Phantom Blade so I can definitely kill Yorion next turn in addition to getting the Solitude. Oh boy. I'm going to feel really annoyed if I draw into the lands, but I think that might actually be the play here. Just the other way is so risky. And at least I know they're only Yorioning once. All right. Okay, gang. We might have something going on here. Wrath of the Skies again. I haven't got to do like anything with my Aether Vials. It's so sad. They just keep dying. Whoa. Meddling Mage. Boy. Okay. Yeah, this... We're just gonna Solitude for forever, I guess. It's possible that first one was actually supposed to get a Bowmasters, but I don't know. I think it's clear what our plan is. Yeah, I was also thinking that, Trilith. They notably cannot get a Swords to Plowshares here. So they have to get an Ephemerate, and I'm not even sure that I care about them casting an Ephemerate. This is Green Sun for 3. Alright, this is looking a little dicey. Do they have the 4th Eternal Witness? No, it's an Uro. Okay. Okay, and they have the Caracas up. Okay, that is kind of annoying. But they let it go. Okay. Yeah. I'm doing this. I get the Solitude back next turn anyway, right? I think I just keep this Ephemerate from happening. guess I was probably supposed to do this before now, but oh well. I'm just going to get rid of the 3/3, and I think I'm just going to take 2. Yeah. I just don't really want to go to 1. 1 is not a lot of life. Collector Oof, deal. Don't care. And you have a Solitude in your hand now? Or Enchant, okay. Okay, bad turn for a Thoughtseize. Okay. That's a hell of a draw. Yeah. Meddling. They're both 2/2s. I have to block something. Why haven't they escaped Uro yet? I'm very confused about that. Ugh. Not the time I wanted to draw a land. Their draws the past couple turns have been better than mine. Gonna bounce Solitude, I assume. No, bounce Meddling Mage. I guess that makes sense too. Overlord the Belmerk, okay. Wow. So annoying. We still got game 3, but man. 4 dead draws in a row for me for... I don't want to say great draws, but like... enough draws. Yeah, right? I'm losing the Phelia War. What's up with that? Okay. We'll have to play quickly. That is the name of the game here. Yeah, I'll keep this. Moto, don't lag now. Now is not the time. If it's going to be this bad, I don't know how long I'm going to stream. It drove me crazy last time. We'll see. I'm like about to start losing the clock race because of how long these actions are taking. Okay, there we go. I'm going to take the Teferi. I don't know. I shouldn't have X'd that out, but I'm assuming they're putting casting Keen-Eyed Curator? Yeah, okay. Playing a Vial in the clock race is definitely a little bit of a risk, but I think the Vial is going to be strong enough and important here, so. Force, damn. Force Pitcher Spell Speaker, okay. I'm not playing the second Vial, though. That would be ridiculous. Where's Laura, one of his favorite streamers online? I'm honored. Oh my god. Dak, why are you doing this to me right now? As soon as Green Sun for 3. Oh, Wrath for 2. Okay, that's fine. Actually very happy that happens, to be honest. The second might have been a mistake, but I'm just going to pass for now. I'm not playing the 4th. I'm not playing the 4th. Oh my god. Deal. Once again, where are my land drops? It's actually the thing. I play 3 lands, wasteland once, and then don't draw a land until like my 12th turn. Sure. I'm so ready to get them with this snuff out. Swords to Plowshares, okay. I got him. Gang, I got him. Yeah, okay, we're good. They have swords and Phelia in their hands. Is it a Solitude? Force of Will. Okay, sure. Prismatic Ending into the yard. Did they shuffle away their Yorion? Yeah, alright, cool. I didn't even need the clock, just one normally. Obviously, the clock can affect your decisions. Don't want to discount that, but yeah. They were just dead to the wisps. We, in fact, did not lose to Phelia. Phew. Jay Buckner, you say? Alright. Yeah, I'll keep this. Drawn a lot of vials this morning. This morning? It's 9:30 p.m. What am I talking about? Volcanic Islands? Delver? Delver? It is Delver. Well, how about another Aether Vial? It's funny how infrequently Delver flips nowadays. Especially in what I assume is Rug Delver. Like, their instant and sorcery count compared to, like, the Delver decks of yore are, like, it's, like, so much lower. I don't want to surveil here. I just want to keep my mana in play, so I just want it to be as wasteland proof as possible. I think I'd rather they waste a scrub land than a Caracas. Do I cast one of these? I think I do. I'm still likely to get a formal wear anyway. Yeah, I'll get a formal wear with this one. The second one, probably getting Lion Sash. But maybe it'll be Phantom Blade, we'll see. Stoneforge getting bolted, yep. Keep a card on top. Keep another lightning bolt on top, okay. I think that I'm gonna get a Lion Sash then. Because I can Skyclave the Delver, and then Sash will keep the DRC from, what's it called? From being delirious. Because I'll have so much mana next turn. Because I'm gonna Vial in the Skyclave, Vial in the Sash, and just have 4 mana available. They don't shuffle with Ponder, but they've been a Wasteland, which I'm happy about, because I just like having mana. Chain Lightning on me. Yeah, I think I've seen one Chain Lightning in a lot of lists, so that makes sense. But I do not have red to redirect it, unfortunately. Oh my god, are you going to attack? Attack with your DRC, you know you want to. Damn, I tried. So they missed a land drop. No. Now they have a land. That's just messed up. Alright, Delver, what do you want to do? Props to them if they have any interest in continuing this game, but it's not looking too good for them right now, I'm not gonna lie. Murktide is like the only reason they would, but they only have, I guess they have 4 spells. My Sash will be as big as a Murktide in short order. Also, this is mean. So, what do I even do here? I guess yeah. I'll just Wisp the Murktide, attack with everything but the Stoneforge. And I can Formal Wear in Stoneforge to get a Phantom Blade to have a permanent answer for the Murktide, and I'm putting Yorion in my hand next turn in case that wasn't enough. I guess I could get Wastelanded here, but it does not look super likely. Yeah, sure, whatever. Even better, now I get to Formal Wear back a Wisp that also gets back a Stoneforge. Oh no, they do have a Wasteland. Alright. It's okay. I don't think I'm going to need the Yorion here. Okay. All right. They're over it. All right. Split ups. Snuff out. Call it there. What don't I want? You previously cut Phelia. Surprise, surprise. We can cut the Cauldra. What else do we want to get rid of? Um, think I can trim one Wisp, one Overlord, because that's just not really what this matchup is about. Um, these rug lists usually have one basic, so I'm like not totally disinterested in White Orchid Phantom, especially because um, these rug lists also play like one trop to cast their questing druids, um, so having more ways to deal with that one trop just cuts off like a lot of, not a lot, like 2 to 3 of the threats they can play. So I will not be boarding in ley lines to the Trilith, I'm sorry to say. Excuse me. This is not going to be a keep, unfortunately. Opponent's also mulling. Okay. Okay, we can keep this. I'll get rid of the Wisp. I could hear arguments for a lot of cards here. I think the only card I'm other than the lands, obviously. I think Stoneforge is the only one I'm not interested in putting back. I could see putting back White Orchid. I could see putting back Snuff Out. I could see putting back Vile. I'm currently honestly leaning towards the Phantom, I think. Um, Phantom would be pretty good if their threat is Delver, but it's not great if their threat is DRC. Um, I think I'm going to get rid of Phantom. If they were a 0 basic deck, I would keep the Phantom, but they're not. They're a 1 basic deck. Okay, now they're a 0 basic deck. Okay, now I want the White Orchid Phantom, but you know, hindsight's 2020. Also, they did not use their bauble to help flip their Delver. That's what we call in the business wrong. And they force the Vile pitching a Ponder. Alright, that's 2 Delvers. It's about to be 1 Delver. And then maybe 0 Delvers. We'll see. Okay, and they're about to reveal a Daze, so I'm definitely... Or they're about to draw a Daze, so I'm definitely casting the Snuff Out now. Sick. It has been a long time since I bullied Delver that hard. Round one was Yorion Ephemerate Spellseeker. Almost came down to time until it didn't. Hand looks great against anything that Parker would be playing for the most part, so I'm gonna roll with it. Alright, he's going to 6. Oh boy. I assume this is Street Wraith Shadow. Yeah, Shadow. We're getting Thoughtseize too. Reanimate on the Street Wraith. Oh no. Do I just Swords this now? I don't think I do. I think I wait at least a turn. Bowmaster. Okay. I'm going to Swords this now. And now I'm at least doing it around days, and like taking 5 a turn is definitely quite a bit different from taking 3 a turn. Very notable that he pinged himself for 1 to make sure that he could potentially play a Death Shadow. Let's see if we can Bowmaster a Death Shadow. I'm sure I can't. Yeah, Force Pitch Force. I think I am just supposed to do this now while he's tapped out. Yeah, I can Overlord back the Solitude next turn, so. goofed. I shouldn't have tapped this Wasteland for mana. I think I'm going to get the Bowmasters back first. Him to Torok. Oh no. Okay. We're fine. I'm going to Surveil this time. Yeah, Wisp is great. Let's go. And he's out over it. All right, cool. I'm going to board in, split up, and I think nothing else. Definitely don't want Snuff Out versus Death Shadow. This is probably another case of boarding out a Wisp or an Overlord. I'm not sure how good Phantom is in the matchup. I think we're just going to have to see. I think that I think I would rather have a Wisp in my hand or Wisp in my deck for Solitude reasons more so than anything else. I don't love the Caracas in my hand. I would be more fine with it if it wasn't my second land. But he's mulling to 6. Going any... This hand's probably just good enough. Yeah, I'll keep it. He's got a 5. Oh no. That's a good 2-drop to cast in before my Stoneforge. I guess I don't care about casting it. I guess I'm have 2 Stoneforges and a Formalware anyway, but I also might not be casting a 2-drop. We'll see. Him to Torok. Those were really not the 2 cards I wanted to get him. least I'm getting some time to draw out of this. Thank you, deck. I want to be able to play a black card if I draw it. I can Vial in the White Orchid Phantom next turn, so... Alright, cool. I already have the Formal Wear, so I'm just going to go for a Phantom Blade on this one. So I wasn't totally sure if he was playing Trollakaza Doom in his deck or not. Seeing the Troll, I'm almost certain he's going to be a basic Swamp and basic Island deck. So not really interested in White Orchiding anytime soon. This is definitely a hand to think about with the Thoughtseize. I think it basically has to be one of the two equipment. Because taking a creature doesn't make... There's no point in taking a creature because I have Formal Wear. Or if you're taking a creature and like killing my Stoneforge, that's a pretty risky line to take when you're not... Unless you are like putting on pressure and also have like a counterspell backup or something. Finds his land drop, but still no pressure, so that's good. Tony, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing great. Welcome, welcome. I have half of a mind to... No, did I? Wait, did I? No, I didn't board out Cauldra. Right. I have a mind to go for Cauldra here. But it has the problem of... So his Death Shadows are going to be online anyway, so that's not really a factor. Especially when I'm going to be able to put so much stuff into play to block shadows anyway. And I have a Phantom Blade backup after this. Yeah, I think this is just a Cauldra turn. So, gotta do this right. Activate, hold priority, activate Vial. Okay, we did all the important stuff. Not the Voidwalker. I'll fetch now. Shadow is a 5/5. Okay. So I could. I think I do want to just put White Orchid in here in upkeep before I take up the whatchamacallit, before I take up the vial. I don't quite have lethal anywhere. Pretty sure I'm doing this though. Yeah. Because this, I'm dealing at least 6. And that means I can move the Phantom Blade over to the White Orchid Phantom next turn. Phantom combo. I can put the Phantoms together and that'll be lethal. Hey Mike, how's it going? Welcome. Not too bad. We're almost pretty close to 3-0 here. There we go. Now we're 3-0. Pretty sure if I ever picked up Dark Rits, I would 5 on the first try. I did. What was it? I think one of the times that Moto gave out all access pass for a weekend, I did play Beseech Storm for a league, and I 3-2'd. I had a deterministic 4-1 that I was like, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was like I think I just like lost one permanent in a Beseech chain, and it was something like that. I think I had like a Carpet of Flowers in play that I forgot that I could sack to my Beseech to keep going. But yeah, I did almost 4-1 the league with Dark Rituals. All right, let's start with the Thoughtseize. Okay, well I know what I'm against, and I'm gonna get rid of that crop rotation. Maybe I'm supposed to take the reflexes anyway, but yeah, I'm probably supposed to just take the reflexes. I just look at it as like basically a dead card because of how little it does here, but so if I play the Vial over the Stone Forge, I'm basically taking it, like pushing the clock a turn ahead, or a turn backwards, I guess. What's the risk of that, basically? It basically gives me more defense when it comes to the eventual Merit Lage. But they also probably have like no removal, so maybe I'm supposed to just Cauldron them right away. Yeah, let's just Cauldron them. Whatever. This is turbo depths. There's not going to be sorry. There's not going to be any tabernacles in play. I think I would be more interested in playing Vile if it looks like my this sounds weird. I would be more interested in playing Vile if my opponent had a faster Merit Lage, but their Merit Lage right now is very slow. So and now I'm just going to make them use a land drop to play the Wasteland to get rid of my Karakas, which is going to make it even slower. There's depths. That's a good one. So they're dead next turn, so they have to kill me now through 2 layers of interaction. Love that for me. Yeah, okay, cool. Alright. Not snuff outs. I want therapies, and that's it. I don't really think I want anything else. Oh no, I forgot to change my Graph Digger's cages again. Unlikely to need Lion Sash. Skyclave ain't great. Leave it at that. Wisp is great. I think I would like to have Overlords in my list. I think I'd like to stay maxed on Overlords because it's a way to close the game quickly, and also it's helped by the fact that we have a bunch of Wisps. Pretty good hand. It has some weakness again to what's it called? Quick reflexes, but the trick is just to figure out ways to get them to make sure that they have to use quick reflexes on on a different turn from when they're attacking with the Merit Lage. Which is sometimes easier said than done, but much more doable against depths than it is against like Infect, for example. Ugh. Well, I don't have to worry. I don't really have to worry about them laging me, so I just don't want to crack this fetch right now. Is like where I'm at because I don't want to get since this is my only black mana source. I really don't want to crack it until I'm casting Overlord. Hello, Upiron. I forgot that, right? Dark Depths is, as a card, D&T is really good against Mirrorlage as a whole. These matchups are very difficult to navigate, but it is a very good matchup. Important distinction there. This is a green sun? Crop rotation. Rotating the stage. Hell yeah. +1 card. Let's go. We are overloading. How's it going, Mir? I maybe could have overlorded there. Oh well. Nice. Now I don't have to crack my fetch. Overlord has been doing very well in Modern. That's what changed. All right, let's get my basic scrubland out. I'm gonna cast Overlord here. Ooh, boy, that's a lot of good choices. I'm gonna get the Wisp first. It's better with formal wear, but I think having Vial on 3 with Wisp in hand is just always going to be really good. Legacy and Modern are pretty different for a number of reasons, despite having like... Alright, yeah, they're over it. Alright, cool. I think the cards that you win with are somewhat similar between Modern and Legacy at times, but the supporting casts are very different. You know, like... Yeah, they're more similar than they are to each other than either of them are to Standard, but like... The context of Legacy is so much different when you consider that Dark Ritual, Chrome Mox, Lotus Petal are legal, and on the other end, Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will, Daze are all legal. Like, those change the context of like what actually happens in the match so much. Also dual lands and wastelands. Like, there's just the stuff that's on the board tends to sometimes match up. Like, it's funny, there's certainly a point in time where like blue-red Delver, quote-unquote Delver in Legacy, and blue-red Murktide in Modern shared the same 12 creature suite, 4 Ragavan, 4 DRC, 4 Murktide. Those decks could not have played more differently for winning with the same set of creatures, because one plays like a tempo deck and the other played like Jund, like, because that's what the existence of Force and Will in Days do. See, thoughts on playing as something like Assimilation Aegis. I think if you're playing blue, you should play it, but I don't think that I would play it in a list that didn't have the ability to hardcast it. Because the part of the value of a card like that in your Stoneforge suite is that you don't care if your Stoneforge actually dies, because the card that you searched for is just, you can just cast it. That's why Primo Formalware is so good. But that's not really true of Assimilation Aegis if you don't actually have blue sources in your deck. So I think if you're splashing blue, definitely play it. I would not play it without the ability to hardcast it. Do I review decks? I do not. I'm always playing D&T. That's the only, this Death and Taxes is the only thing that I play in Legacy, really. I just take a list, play it in a league, talk about why I'm playing it, that kind of thing. This hand looks great. Yeah, aren't many relevant threats before 2003, but there are a lot of instants and sorceries and land. Yeah, yes, correct. Yeah, Esper Vial has been a thing before. There was actually, for a little bit, there was a Jeskai deck that played Gilded Drake that was doing pretty well. I'm playing against lands. Just, oh, this is, okay, here we go. This is 8 Mulch. Well, okay. I have not played against 8 Mulch in an eternity. My favorite colors are white and black, white and maybe black. Yes, white is my favorite. I think black is probably tied with red for my second favorite. But this deck I just love independent of those colors. Like, I've played like for a long time, D&T and Legacy was mono white for a very, very, very long time. And only recently has it become very normal to play splash colors. This is the black splash. There's also a red splash. But yeah, this is my favorite deck that's ever existed in Magic and probably ever will. It was the first deck I ever played in Legacy and will almost certainly be the last. I have not figured out a way yet to have as much fun playing Magic than I do playing Death and Taxes. My Pauper Cube gets close. Okay, so this is going to be an amazing matchup for White Orchid Phantom. I want to White Orchid Phantom as many times as possible. It's a Punishing Fire list. Okay. I guess the red, that makes sense. Ugh, okay. That's not good. That's bad. Well, thankfully, their Winding Way wasn't that good, but that sure is a lot of lands coming into play right now. Yeah, okay. And they flipped a Rashadan port and a Grove of the Burn Willows. Jesus, all right. Anyway, this matchup's not good. Let me make that clear. Oh, all right. I am surprised I didn't get ported. Okay. I can ignore the Dark Depths for now. I can't ever ignore this Field of the Dead. God, what sucks about the White Orc is it's just gonna get Punishing Fired, but that's literally always gonna be the case. And I guess what I can do is make sure that it only happens once now. I'm sorry, Amir. I'm sorry. Basic Mountain. What? Oh, I could have Thoughtseized that. I'm dumb. I forgot. I literally could have just Thoughtseized that Punishing Fire. That like it is never a good play, so I just forgot. I'm a dum dum. I was actually also supposed to Solitude one of those this turn. Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Okay. All right. If I Solitude that, or if I Thoughtseize that Punishing Fire, things look quite a bit different because we have the 2/2 blocker in play. We can Skyclave the Mana Bond, and that like basically stabilizes us at that point. Um, Unfortunately, we don't really have cards for this matchup because this hasn't been a deck for a very long time. Yeah, I know that like if he gains life, he can get the Punishing Fire back. Probably just has to do this, I guess. Yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to. Thoughtseize is like really bad against lands generally. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Cabal Therapies specifically against. Um, Specifically against 8 Mulch because their opening hands are so important. No. I can't deal with this being a tap land 6 like it's like a 5 land card, 5 card hand. No, we're not keeping this. Yeah. I just wish that Leyline was like better than it is here. In my personal experience, they never have loam hands. They always have. I don't know, non-loam hands. It might just be, you know, skill issue or whatever, but that's pretty much always how it's been for me. Um, well, I'm already playing into Force of Vigor, so I might as well play the second vial. I think I would rather do that than cast the Stone Forge here. They kept a card on top. Tabernacle. Alright. Don't want that, but alright. Alright, yeah. Yeah, Winding Way. Alright. Draw 4. Well, at least they have to discard 2 of them. Yeah, I have played this deck a lot. I am aware of these interactions. Thank you. You have Bolt. No, Dismember. Okay. Well, alright. Nothing to do about that. Probably drop in the Forest if I had to guess for Schadenport. Okay. Well, I didn't even know about that, so that's cool. I don't think I want to use this yet, but I'm glad I have. Or maybe maybe I'm supposed to use it because they can just play stage, so I think I just want to get rid of the tab now. I could also get rid of the Yavimaya and take away 2 mana, but I think I would rather never have to deal with Tabernacle. Yeah. Yeah. I think I would be more interested in wasting the Yavimaya if I had, like, literally any way to attack with anything. But unfortunately, I don't right now, so. I'm just going to keep these both on 2 and 3 and hope. Okay. I'll take it. More inclined to go up to 3 and 4. Not bad. I don't like fetching a non-basic, but you do what you gotta. Alright, I will get a Stone Forge. And now I will die. Damn. Would have been a good time, too. Alright. How have I been liking Snuff Out overall so far? I think I have cast it twice. um, I cast it against Delver earlier today. I cast it against... Actually, no, I cast it twice today because I also cast it against into an ephemerate. Sorry, in response to an ephemerate, just totally blowing out my first opponent. So I'm thinking I cast it like 3, 4-ish times maybe. It's been fine. It is a little... It's been annoying the times that like I couldn't board it in because I'm playing against mostly black threats, but that's thankfully been mostly the exception to the rule. I think the main reason not to play it really is that like the main matchup where you are like the most happy to trade 4 life for 1 mana is Nadu. And I don't think I've played against Nadu in like 4 leagues. So I don't know. That's probably like the biggest hit against Snuff Out. Otherwise, I think it's fine. Against Delver, it's like okay because like you're basically always, compared to not having a removal spell, you're basically always gonna be losing more than 4 life, so it's fine to use against a threat. But that is when you compare it to the fact that like it normally would have been a Path to Exile that doesn't cost you any life, it's a little bit more iffy. So yeah, I think I'm undecided at this point. I think it's worth trying out. The fact that there's not a whole lot of Reanimator around right now definitely helps. Yeah, the list on my Patreon has 1 path, one Snuff Out right now, kind of like for that exact reason. So yeah, I think it's a bit of a wash. I'm not feeling super strongly either way. I still don't think I've even got to put my split up in my sideboard like on the stack, let alone like had a situation where I was really like glad to play it. Like obviously the matchups are I brought it in plenty of matchups where I would have been happy to draw it. I just wish that I could have like had any situation to evaluate this card that I've played probably in like 35, 40 matches and seen 0 times. So I would not rather play 2 Thalias. I would rather play 0. It's just not Thalia. I think if you're playing Thalia, you're playing it in the main deck. I don't see a reason to play Thalia in the sideboard. Thoughts on Thraben Charm? Great in Pauper, not good. D&T doesn't want like you don't want your removal to be dependent on having a board. You just want your cards to work. It's versatile. That part's nice. But I don't like that it's a 2 mana removal spell that is also conditional on you having a board, because most of the time you're spending your mana answering your opponent's stuff, not building a board. Building a board only kind of happens sort of like as a coincidence of you playing your creatures that are also removal spells, but I would really never want my opponent to like bolt my Bowmaster or whatever and make it so that my Thraben Charm doesn't kill their DRC, for example. That just sounds really bad to me. Oh, instead of Snuff Out. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you don't like Snuff Out, then sure. But I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. If I think, like I said, I think the where you gain the most is against Nadu. Haven't been seeing a lot of Nadu, for better or worse. So that's if there isn't a whole lot of it around, that's the biggest thing that would push me back towards Path to Exile. Um, all right, well, we got a 4-1 and only lost to a deck that I don't think I've seen in a year and a half, maybe a maybe longer. um, let's see, props. Not drawing Phelia. Um, one fear always with going so high on the number of flicker wisps is that you're just going to feel like you have too many wisps and not enough stuff to do with them. I definitely did not feel that this league, at least, between either having an Overlord in play or something on board that I could flicker or something of my opponents that was high value to flicker. Notably not against any Urza Saga decks, because Saga constructs are where you are those matchups where like I'm basically always happy to draw a wisp because there's almost always at least a removal spell. Um, I only how many Overlord triggers did it even resolve? It was like 4-ish, like 4 or 5. So I don't think I really really ran into the Stoneforge problem a whole lot. I never fetched for the second basic swamp, but it never hurt me. Fourth Overlord versus first Bone Man. Still not sure about that. I think one Emperor Bones somewhere would feel nice. I just don't know where it's coming from. Because I also sorta want to get another formal wear in the list somehow, but then that's even harder to fit in. Yeah, Stoneforge. Oh yeah, Stoneforge was a great card all league. I just don't know how much of that was because we were drawing a lot more Stoneforges than Overlords, But like, it's like both of the cards are really good. I'm basically always happy to draw them. I just don't think that drawing them both feels great all the time. Like an Overlord, a Skyclave. Yeah, I think those are the only two places you can really take it from. And I think Skyclave is a reasonable card to potentially cut with how removal heavy this deck is right now. I don't think you want to cut a Phantom. The more that I play with Phantom, the more I feel like that card is either 4 or 0. Because it's really only good if you if Phantom's trigger happens more than once. And you just need to maximize the chances that that's going to happen. Emperor threatening Overlord reanimate is sick in modern. Not sure if it's as good in the shell and legacy. It is very good. I mean, so before Psychic Frog was banned, this list, the list that I was playing, roughly was turn these Bowmasters into Emperor Bones, and then turn these Overlords into other stuff. I think basically turn the Bowmasters into Emperors and turn the Overlords into Mother of Runes, and that is very close to the deck that I was playing for the past like 5 months. Or yeah, and turn the White Orchid Phantoms into Spirit of the Labyrinths. That was the other change. So it is Emperor even without Overlord is quite good. It's just is very mana intensive in a deck that is already full of stuff to do with its mana for the most part. And the main reason that I think Emperor was good in this deck before was because Bowmaster wasn't good, and because there were a ton of matchups where Emperor was both a value engine and incidental graveyard hate, because like every deck was using the graveyard. Painter, Reanimator, and like the important thing was that you could play an Emperor of Bones on turn 2 and it would have impact even if you didn't untap with it. Um, that happens less now, in addition to the problem of the mana intensity in a deck that spends all of its mana all the time for forever. So, um, that's it. Very fun card. I would be very happy to find room for more copies in this list. I just don't know where those slots come from at this point. Um, yeah, I know a lot of people miss Rashad and Port. I do too, but you know, I really don't dislike what this is about now. I've really enjoyed playing splashes ever since Bowmasters came out, basically. And I was very adamant splash hater every time that splashes came up before. Um, but now I just think they are the way to go. There are some unfortunate losses in not getting to play with Port, but you know, those cards are not what they once were, unfortunately. My masks, foil, Rashad, and ports are in my I used to play box, and I hope that they don't stay there forever, but they might, unfortunately. Any other comments? No, I don't think so. Got a 4-1. Was good. Um, Not sure about split up. Not sure about snuff out. Didn't really get to board in therapy. Or no, I guess no. We boarded in therapy a decent amount. We just never drew it. They're gonna print white Thoughtseize. Yeah, can we get white Thoughtseize and white Dress Down and white Hull Breacher and etc. 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 White Opposition Agent. But yeah, deck good. I think I'm gonna play at least one more night with Overlord, maybe another, and then I want to get back to trying White Orchid Phantom in non-Overlord Black White, from what I was mentioning earlier. Because notably, obviously this is just like variance, but the reason that I think Phantom makes sense in this list is because it's good at making Overlord triggers happen more than once. But I didn't actually need Overlord or even Phelia to get multiple Phantom triggers when I was playing it back on Thursday. So I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm also wondering if I can maybe cut Jite again in the non-Overlord list for a second formal wear, potentially. Especially since what's it called? Especially since Nadu isn't around that much. Jite doesn't feel as necessary. I'll always miss it every time I want it, but like the main reason it was in my deck was because of Nadu, and just hasn't been around really. Although I guess I did play against Breakfast last league, I think, but I feel like we haven't missed Mom. I haven't, yeah. There is always like a thought in the back of my brain about whether like Mom isn't worth playing anymore. Like I don't want that to be the case. And I think like there's I think obviously like the deck can function when it doesn't draw Mother Runes, obviously. I feel like it's hard to quantify the impact that having more turn one plays has, especially in the fair matchups. But even when we run the mom versions, how often do we end up holding copies to pitch? I mean, I think that's just very matchup dependent, right? I have not tried, nor do I really have interest in trying Enduring Innocence. Cards like that, I always just look at them. To me, those cards don't fix problems that D&T has. I'm really not worried about like generating value over a long game. I want to survive the first couple of turns, and then everything after that should kind of be cake. Because we have this card in our deck, so that's my feeling on stuff like Enduring Innocence. I know a lot of people have like I shouldn't say a lot of people. What is it called? There's a 4-drop Angel that's like kind of like Loris, but not quite. Hold on. It's Sarah something. Unfortunately not. Sarah Paragon, that's the one I'm thinking of. Sarah Paragon, yeah. Those cards, like, you know, getting value every turn like that is cool. But I really don't feel like that's doing anything that D&T isn't already really effective at doing. You know, the longer the game, you should, with infinite turns, you should beat everything. So just make sure that you get the infinite turns first, is my approach to D&T deck building basically always. Yeah, the especially in the splashes, the 80 slots get filled really fast. It's like every time not that I look at them very often, to be totally clear, but every time I look at a 60 card D&T list, I just feel like it feels claustrophobic. Like how can you not fit, like you can't fit like any of your good cards in it anymore. I just don't get it. Whew. Okay. I've done plenty of talking. I think, well, you get to add those 20 cards, but half of them get taken by lands. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm done yapping. I'm out of here, folks. Thank you for hanging out, as always. If you are new, first of all, hello and thank you. I stream every Thursday and Sunday, playing basically always D&T, starting around 8:30-ish. I've been hitting 8:30 pretty consistently lately. If you missed anything, you can check out my VODs on YouTube. Everything goes there. Wait, did that command get deleted? Hello? Oh my god, I look so amateurish right now. Hold up. I'll just copy my, Alright, here we go. I'll just copy my alert. Alright, there we go. Blue Sky, YouTube, Patreon. I have I think it was two-ish weeks ago, updated my Patreon list and sideboard guide if you want to get access to that. It's available at the $5 tier. You also get access to a Discord that I run, which is cool. And YouTube for VODs, Blue Sky for me talking about whatever I want, including D&T obviously. But I think that's going to be it. On Thursday, we'll roll up with something probably pretty similar to this, just getting more reps with Overlord, seeing if it's really where I want to be, and I think that's it. I'm going to quit yapping. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Let's see if anybody is available to raid, actually, and then we'll be done. Come on, Twitch. Don't do me dirty like that. Is anybody else playing Legacy? Looks like no. Alright, well, we tried. Never mind. Alright, I'm outie. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.